Wicked. Right. So the first thing I'm kicking off with is I know a lot of people tuning in are already going to know who you are, but a little quick intro is great.
So I am Stephen McGilvray, often known as Steve-O, Executive Creative Director, FutureBrand London.
Wicked. And so I know you would have been at a ton of D&AD events in the past.
Sure.
Is there anything in particular about this year's that is stuck out as being a bit different? Anything that you've taken away from this year's compared to previous ones?
I mean, obviously AI is top of everybody's minds. I think what I've enjoyed this year, I think, is everybody sort of coming back with a perspective and a point of view that AI is not going to take our jobs, and that, you know, it's all about what we do and what we create. I think we'll make sure that we're still alive and kicking in years to come. So yeah, really enjoyed that. I think also JKR's conversation, I think, was a good one. I think that whole idea that I think as a community, I think we are quite hard on ourselves. I think for many years, many blogs, many, I guess, press, we give ourselves a lot of stick about the work we do and how good it is versus advertising agencies that really sort of are very pro about the work, give a lot of backslapping, a lot of awards. So yeah, I think highlighted a lot of, I think, important topics that we need to, as a design community, need to think about and consider going forward.
Yeah, totally. I think authenticity is something that can be lost a little bit when we're in these events where awards are being handed out, and it's all about the showmanship of what we've done. And I think the authentic conversations are super important. I'm interested, did you get much chance to look at any of like the Youngbloods entries that have come in this year? Doesn't matter if
I'm
not.
honest, not really.
No, don't worry about it then. We'll skip to the last part. The other thing I really want to know and understand is, like, I really look up to people that have been in the industry, such as yourself, and that have been around and killed it and worked with so many big, amazing agencies, done amazing work. I'm really intrigued to also know, like, what was the point in your life when you were a child, when you were a teenager, that you knew that a creative pursuit was where you wanted to go, and what was your calling in life?
Yeah, I mean, interesting, because I have two children, 5 and 9 at the moment, so they're on their own journeys about what they, I guess, are passionate about. But I go back to primary school, very small village in Scotland. I was very good at colouring in. I wasn't very good at writing or mathematics. So even at primary school, I spent a lot of my time drawing cars. And when I got to secondary school, 3-point perspective, technical drawings of houses. So a friend of mine and I used to spend our whole maths lessons doing technical drawings, not mathematics. So I've always been quite passionate about creativity, about self-expression, about mark making. When it comes to academical stuff, I've always struggled. So I feel very fortunate that I've managed to kind of, I don't know, excel. Is something that I've always been passionate about. I've poured a lot of heart and time into it, a lot of care, a lot of effort, a lot of weekends, a lot of evenings. Is something I was always really keen to progress. If my 9-year-old son asked me a mathematical question or how to spell something, even now, I wouldn't pass a 9-year-old exam, if I'm honest. So yeah, it started very, very early, very young. That's the one thing I was good at, I was passionate about, but academically, not so much.
I think that's a beautiful thing to hear, though. I think, like, from talking to so many, like, I'm sat here and surrounded by so many people, like so many amazing people such as yourself, and all of these like ECDs and global ECDs, and like one common theme is like, I struggled at school, or like I found it difficult, and it was something that I also experienced, as like struggled to kind of find my way. And I think something that's really nice, like we're also doing this piece to go out to a little bit more of the younger design audience and the future designers.
Yeah.
I think it can be quite scary when you're a creative and you don't necessarily feel like you're succeeding.
Yeah.
Because in my opinion, there's a lot of the educational system is quite outdated.
Yeah.
And I think that it's really comforting to sit and chat with people like yourself and hear that you didn't do well at school, but it doesn't mean that you can't succeed and find your own path.
And I belittle it a little bit by joking around coloring in. I use that in front of my clients as a bit of a joke, but I was good at it. Honestly, I kept it between the lines. It was super rigorous, super consistent, and I used to just love it mentally as well, being able to like switch off and just spend time like, you know, blocking out colors. But yeah, drawing was a big passion of mine. Photography became a big passion of mine. Great way to spend my time. roaming around with a camera, capturing things, traveling the world, and did that quite a lot as a youngster. But as I say, maths, English, some of the things that are pushed nowadays, and certainly in an England educational system. My son's now talking about certain tests they have to do. I would never have passed them. I wouldn't pass them today if you gave me them, but give me a colouring in book and I'll smash it. Yeah, I'll smash it.
Steve, thank you so much, man.
Thank you, sir.
Really appreciate the chat.
You.